dilution calculations. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go through 3 examples. All right, first, let's do a quick review, introduction to dilution. We're going to use this formula, and it's got to do with the molar concentrations and the volume in terms of the dilution. And what it is that basically adding solvents will decrease. Obviously, just think about that. If you have a solution, let's say water, and you add salt to it, so the more water you have, and if you maintain the same amount of salt, obviously the concentration of the salt will be, the molarity of the solution will decrease, right? It becomes less salty. That's what it is. So when you use the formula, you are basically using this equation based on the original concentrations and what it is being diluted. Okay, and the volume you got to watch out for. If the volume is milliliter to milliliter, then that's good. If it's liter to liter is good, but it can never be milliliter and liter. So the V1, V2, they must have the same unit in terms of volume. This is very important to understand. The number of moles stays the same when you're dealing with dilution, right? So when you dilute a solution, you add water, not more solute, okay? So imagine or think about the salt and the water. So the amount of dissolved chemical, which is moles, that's the unit, right? The amount of dissolved chemical, that's moles, that stays constant. So let's look at that in details. Well, remember that molarity was the number of moles divided by the volume. Well, if we have the N1 is equal to N2, right? The number of moles in general for the solution is the same before and after the dilution. Then what we can say is that we can rewrite this equation. So N is equal to M times V. We're solving for N. That's the new equation. That means for N1, we have M V1, M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. This is where we get this dilution formula, which is up here. Let's now look at first question. Here it is, and let's see what we have. We have the 2.0 molarity concentration of salt, the sodium chloride, and we have the volume. Let's write up what we do know. We have V1 is equal to 25.0 milliliter. We have M1 is equal to 2.0 molar concentration, and that's for NaCl. And now V2 is 0.1 liter, but because we have the milliliter, we need to change that to milliliter. So that would be 100 milliliter. Okay, you just have to multiply it by 1000. Unit conversion. I know that you know how to do this. All right, we want to know the new molar concentration, M2. What is that equal to? And we're going to use the dilution formula. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And what we have 2.0 m times 25.0 milliliter equals to m2 times 100 milliliter. We're solving for m2, so here if I can solve for m2, you just divide both sides of that equation by v2. Okay, this is the new formula for the M2. So you can use that if you want to, plug numbers in. So what do we have? We have M2 is equal to, and then you just write up what we have. We have 2.0 molar times 25.0 milliliter divided by 100 milliliter. And then do the math, and you get M2 is 0.50. That is for sodium chloride. Okay, here it is. The hardest part of this question is making sure that you are not falling into that trap of milliliter and liter. You need to make sure you change the unit either to liters, both of them, or to milliliters, doesn't matter, but it has to be consistent. Okay, let's look at another question. how much 3.0 molar hydrochloric acid is needed to make 250 milliliter of 0.75 molar HCl. All right, so what do we do know? We do know we're going to use the dilution formula again, but we do know that M1 is equal to 3.0 molar. V1 we don't know, but V2 do know that that becomes 250 milliliter, and we know that the molar concentration is 0.75 mole after the dilution. All right, let's plug it in. Now we want V1. We are solving this equation for V1, so divide both sides of that equation by M1. Okay, so that's what we have now. Formula that solving for V1, plug numbers in. What do we have? We have 0.75 molar times 250 milliliter divided by, and that's M1, which is 3.0. Do the math, and we get the volume equals to 62.5 milliliter of 3.0 molar hydrochloric acid, HCl. That's our final answer. Okay, let's look at another question. This time we want to find the final volume. Okay, you start with the 40, so V1 is equal to 40.0 milliliter. Concentration is 1.5 molar, and we are looking at KBr, which is potassium bromide, and we have M2 is 0.60. This is after dilution. We want to know what would be the final volume. Okay, let's go through. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, and this time we want to solve for V2, so rearrange that formula, divide everything by M2, so V2 will be M1 V1 divided by M2. Okay, plug numbers in. 1.5 molar times 40.0 milliliter divided by 0.6 molar. And the answer is 100 milliliters. That would be the volume after the dilution. All right, so this is it. Just watch out for the units, but other than that, you use the dilution formula, straightforward. Make sure you're solving the equation properly for a variable that is missing. And other than that, this is straightforward. Don't forget to check out the quiz in the description or a pinned comment below, and check out the next video in the series. And also for review, I have linked all the previous lessons that are prelude to this lesson already in the card. All right, until next time.